Hello, everybody. This is Bimbo Barbarella, and this is your official College of Rock Knowledge E.L.O show. And um, we'll have our usual group of guests. However, I don't think that Jen, the historian, is going to be on the panel today. I don't think she's feeling well. And this is going to be our top 15 songs by the quite extensive catalog of the British band the Electric Light Orchestra. So let me see. Let's wait until one of my cohorts comes on the stream here, and we shall start the show. If you're familiar with E.L.O, they started out as a seven-piece band, and they had cello player, violinists, regular, drums, guitar, bass. But the whole thing was initially spearheaded by Roy Wood and Jeff Lynne. They decided to put together this band that would showcase like classical music, but in a rock setting. So let me get this going. Hopefully somebody will come up soon. I believe that some of my other college professors are here to let's start the show. And like I said, it's going to be 15 songs, and so they have quite an extensive album collection. Okay, and here is Mr. Chris. And is Jen still not feeling well?
Yeah, she's feeling a little better, but still trying to get her congestion cleared out and overall
Okay.
yuckies
Yeah.
improved.
So that's good. So, yeah, because I remember I initially said to do 12, but
Hmm.
I I had like 30 songs, so I had to raise it up a little. So 15, I think, is a decent enough number.
I think so.
Um,
I have like I put down 15, and I've got five honorable mentions. So yeah, they had so many hits. I forgot how
this is
many
my
hits they had.
Yeah, because and one thing that all of us do here is we do take lots of notes. Here's my
Hmm.
notes. Look at all of those.
Hmm.
So
I've got multiple pages too. Of course, I use
yeah.
larger print, to see easier. But yeah, I've got like 5 pages of 16-point font notes
Um, okay. Mark is coming up.
already.
Let's see. Okay. Okay, Professor Mark, how are you,
Hi,
sir?
Mark.
Hi, hi everybody.
Hi, Mark.
And
I'm
okay,
good.
and okay. Oh, yeah, you sound fine. I don't hear any kind of echoes or anything by anybody. So
Oh, okay, excellent. I'm on a different
good.
device this time.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, yep. And you did come up with 15, right,
No,
Mark?
I did 12.
Oh, well, I'm sure you can think of three. Yeah,
I
because
Or you can sneak in with us by the time we get to the number 12. So,
yeah,
yeah.
and so
I'll sneak in
Hunter
at
says
12.
okay. Okay, Hunter says Don't Bring Me Down. Well, I'm sure that's on people's list. Actually, I'll give you a little early warning. That show did not make my 15. Oh, hello, Harvey De Niro. How are you? And it's nice to see you. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe wait a couple more minutes, see if Addie or somebody else wants to join. You want to say anything about E.L.O., Chris?
Great rock and roll band. I really didn't understand the extent to which the strings, the cello and the violin was integral to their sound. A lot of the music they created that I was more familiar with was their more straight ahead rock tunes.
Right,
So
right,
going through their whole discography, I was really just astounded by how orchestral that Jeff Lynne made the band. That wasn't
right.
just
Yeah,
a throw in word in their name. So.
yeah. Because, like I said, at one time, I think there was 7 or 8. Believe it or not. Um, this is their first album, and let me see if it says anything about. Um,
I think it has a lot to do with it being the 70s too, and no other
right.
band it was like that.
Oh, yes,
Mhm.
absolutely. Okay, if you can see this picture here, shows you all of the different, because, like I said, they had drums, guitar, bass, but they had cello, a violinist. I
And
can't find
certain
where.
other songs that those were like the key to the song. They really did uh, frame the chorus or the main riffs around, the raising and the lowering of the notes on the cello and violin. It's just very, very different, radical
Okay, yeah,
approach.
yeah, because the band originally started by Roy Wood,
Hmm.
and he was in a band called. Does anybody know a band called The Move?
Okay. I
And
believe
Harvey De
Jeff Lynne
Niro.
was part of the move as well.
Yes, yeah. There's Leah Sugarbridges. Hello, dear. Harvey De Niro says that he met Jeff Lynne when he worked at the BBC. Wow, cool. Oh, that must have been a neat job working at the BBC. Okay, so
It goes
back in
all to the top.
1978. Yes. Okay, so
Are you familiar with the show Old Grey Whistle Test? That was produced from the
I
BBC, and it
Very
has some
much.
absolutely amazing rock and roll performances on it.
I've
Uh,
heard of the show. I've never seen it.
YouTube Old Grey Whistle Test later on, and yeah, there's just an amazing performance from Bob Marley. A very, very young Judas Priest. You can't recognize him. He's like 10 years younger than you've ever seen him.
Wow.
Uh, and a lot of great artists. It was just Sono work, and a lot of these deep cut bands that
A
have been
lot.
lost to history. So great stuff, great stuff. The
Yeah.
name of the band, the Old Grey Whistle Test was actually a, like a record company had there were some older sort of doormen outside of their studio, and their test of like whether a song was going to be a hit was if those doormen were whistling or humming those tunes. That was the Old Grey Whistle Test.
Oh, see, and now I would have thought that it would have something to do with like a train or
Nice.
something.
Nope, nope. It's just if the old doorman could catch the fever of the song, then that was their indication that, oh, this is a hit.
Okay.
And they made the
Okay.
That's
name the
terrific.
name of the show after that. And that whole series is just fantastic. Just definitely worth a look.
Okay, Mark, and so you only have 12, you said, right? Okay, we'll start at number 12 with you, Mark. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah, because I know that um I did say 12, but then I raised it to 15. You must not have heard it or something, but no big deal.
I didn't get the memo.
That's
It's
because you
tough
were
to comment.
playing.
Go ahead.
That's because you were probably playing, World of Warcraft or Elvenar or
Yeah,
something.
I spent so much time on that game.
Yeah. Okay. So let us begin. We're gonna go with Chris and then me, and when we get to 12, we will bring in Mr. Mark. Okay. So Chris, you're number 15.
My number 15 is off of Out of the Blue, Sweet Talking Woman. It's a
Good.
great song. It's kind of like it has a great intro on the strings. It's sort of a rock and roll disco hybrid, but it's kind of a funny topic too, because basically he can't get through on the phone to his girlfriend, so he's sort of chatting up the operator. A
Yeah.
couple of other
Yeah.
songs have had
Oh, yeah.
that theme, but you know, it's a funny song. It's just well
Yeah.
crafted too.
Yes, it is. My number 15 is from um, the album Secret Messages,
Hmm.
which was actually the last one that E.L.O. actually was a band, because the one following that, called Balance of Power, was supposed to be a Jeff Lynne solo album.
Hmm.
But from my number 15 from Secret Messages is Rock and Roll is King.
Hmm. A little
And
higher on
that's
my
just,
list, but that's a great song.
yeah, and that's just like a good 50s backbeat.
Yeah, Jeff Lynne definitely seemed to have a penchant for giving a nod to the 50s, giving a nod to Chuck Berry. So that ties right into that. Um,
Oh, hello, Missy. Yes. Oh, I gotta fix this camera, move over or something. Okay. Okay. Missy, yes, we're doing ELO. If you can always play, if you wanna think up, well, we'll cut you a little break. Maybe 10 songs you can come up when we do our 10th. Um, oh, and speaking of the 50s, I got to show you guys something that I got today. Look at this. Oh, this is cool.
Elvis Gumby.
Thank you very much. Yeah, because I went to a toy show with
Uh,
mine. I went to a toy show with a friend of mine, and
Gumbus.
yeah, and the guy wanted $20, and so I was chatting him up. I worked him down to 15.
That's
And
great.
so like I told him, I said, "Well, I'm a YouTube celebrity, and I'm going to put it on my show." He says, "Really? What's the channel?" So I gave him the channel. Who knows? Maybe he'll come up and watch and see his Elvis. Oh, thank you.
Awesome.
Okay, so okay, wait. Chris had Sweet Talking Woman. Okay, you're number 14, Chris.
My number 14 is Face the Music. It's Fire on High. And
Oh, I love that song.
it's great. It's got the album, it's the opener. And
Yes.
it starts with a backwards message. And the ELL drummer, Bev Bevan, said, "The music is reversible, but time is not. Turn back, turn back, turn back, turn back."
And
And
this was their fourth release,
mhm,
because the only one that I don't have is the third one, called On the Third Day.
mhm.
I had it. I still think I have it somewhere, but it's probably in like the wrong spots. So,
Okay. It's
okay. Yes.
it's a great song.
Fire on
The
High.
Yeah, Jeff Lynne was accused by some fundamentalist Christians of putting satanic messages into some of his music, specifically the music off of their album El Dorado. And I listened to El Dorado. I didn't hear the devil's intonations in that album, but
Th-
it's a great
This
song on
and
its own.
This and Out of the Blue are my two favorite ELO ones.
Okay.
Okay, my number 14 is Last Train to London,
Very good.
and I believe that's on Out of the Blue, right?
I believe so. I don't have that.
Um, no, I don't know what one it's on. Oh, is it on? Is it on? Oh, Disco Very.
Wikipedia has their discography with the albums,
Yeah,
but they never list the albums list with the specific songs on the same page. You have to kind of go
right,
back and forth. It's kind of frustrating.
right. Yeah, see, and that's why we need a historian. Because she only has one function. Sorry to say that, Jen, but okay.
She keeps us on track. Make sure we're
Yeah.
not
Oh yeah.
misquoting the album.
Oh yeah. Yep. Okay. So, Chris, you're number 13.
My number 13 is off of On the Third Day in the Hall of the Mountain King.
Oh God, that is so good. That
It's a
is so good.
killer cover, and it's a great interpretation of Edvard Grieg's classic. You
Yes.
know.
And yeah, and that's on my big list.
Okay.
It didn't make the 15, but it. I mean, because I could have replaced 10 of these songs with 10 here, and it still
Hmm.
would have been the same.
It was hard
Only,
to whittle them down. I'm sure Mark had a challenge getting it down to 12 because there's just so
yeah.
many great songs, so many great hits.
Mountain
Oh
King.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Um.
I had to
Okay.
refamiliarize myself with the band again too, because it's been a while since I really heard anything from them.
They've kept a pretty low profile. They've made a couple of current
But knows
recent albums
so
as
many to
Jeff
choose from.
Slim's ELO, but they
15
weren't
albums.
Right.
big albums.
Yeah.
At least,
Um.
yeah.
Yeah. So, Hot Miss Missy says I can't keep my eyes open. I hope you don't have a migraine again, Missy. Because I know somebody who has migraines, and they can be, they can just like,
Debilitating.
yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
It's a special kind of hell. I have an employee that suffers from migraines from time to time, and he just has to go home, turn off all the lights, take an Imitrex, and just wait for it to pass. If he doesn't take it soon enough, he's in trouble. He hurts.
And you know what else
Yeah.
cool? And what else cool that I got this week is if you look right behind me, you see the movie poster.
Hmm.
Oh, from Barbarella, the movie Barbarella.
Okay. So that's a new acquisition to the collection.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah, yeah. Well, because I got the Disney princesses, and I says, you know what? I got to get somebody more slutty up there on the wall.
There you go. Got to tie
Maybe
all the themes together.
let me
Some
see.
film.
Miss Sugar Britches says maybe Bimbo can do a night of old school male singers. Yeah, Harvey De Niro. Anytime, because we always do a show on Saturday. A official College of Rock Knowledge show is every other Saturday. But yeah, because last week I did punk rock, if you guys remember, and that's when I had Chris Bliss up, and Chris did a fabulous job. For somebody who is kind of like camera shy,
Mhm.
I think he did a good
Yeah.
job. Okay, so we are at my number 13. That
Correct.
is, I love this song too, and this is a very deep cut, very deep cut. The Diary of Horace Wimp.
Oh yeah, what album was that on? That was like three or four
Um,
songs after one of my songs on my
I think
list.
that's on Discovery.
Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. It's on Discovery. Which this actually, I think it was Richard Tandy says that the real name of this should be Disco Very because of don't let me down, Groose. And what the hell's a Groose?
That's There's a funny story about that. I'll put that later. That's a little higher up on my list. So
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, then you can, tell the story when it's your turn. Okay.
okay,
So, um, we
we're
are
up
now at
to
number. Okay.
12. We have Mark
Okay.
crank up here.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. And now the um order is going to be Mark, Chris, and then me. So, Mark, you're number 12, sir.
Out of the Blue album, this is just a standard blues song, but it kind of I liked it. Like, I like blues songs, and I like different bands, different takes on the blues. Birmingham Blues.
Oh, very good.
I actually have that
Have you heard it?
listed too. Oh yeah, I've got that listed, but that's higher than 12. But yes,
Mhm.
and that's just a beautiful. I love that song.
Very good.
Birmingham
Yeah,
Blues,
yeah.
yes, and that's actually kind of a deep cut because that's way down at the end of the CD, and a lot of people, because this is a double, they tend to not listen to all the songs.
Yeah.
Oh, but this is one of those albums that's, I mean, I can just turn it on and just play it all straight through.
Well, some of ELO's best hits were songs that were thrown into the middle of the album, and I'd listen to it and think, why did they put this song as the sixth or the seventh song?
Yeah,
This should have
right.
been. They should have put this at the top of their. There should have been song one of this album. They should have named the album after that song. It's crazy, but yeah, some of their songs
And
they wrote very quickly, and it
There's
was
so
a
many
hit. And
reasons that a band can do that, though.
well, there's always a debate as to where a song should be on an
I mean, they
album, and
okay, yeah, because like Harvey De Niro says that he likes Standing in the Rain, and that's from Out of the Blue, and that's track number 10.
mhm.
So you're a case in point. Okay, Chris, you're 12.
My number 12's off ELO 2, Roll Over Beethoven. I love their cover of it because
Oh my God, and
they
it is
actually
so
give
good. It is so long. It's so good.
it's funny they had the skill and the talent to give the classical side a chance against the rock and roll side in the song. So it's a long cut and
Well, you
another
see,
nod of the hat to Chuck Berry and the 50s and also to classical music. So
it
all
doesn't
wrapped
say the
up into
time.
one.
Yeah, it doesn't say the time in the book, but yeah, it's like 12 minutes long.
I think the longest recorded cut that I was able to find was a cut called Kuyama. And that was over
Yes.
11 minutes, like 11
Yeah.
minutes, 19 seconds. That was said to be the
Oh,
longest cut.
okay, because I have, yeah, Kuyama was gonna be on there, but like I said, I can only have so many.
The music was great. The topic of the song was kind of brutal. It was
Oh, what? What? Kuyama? Yeah,
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 it's about a soldier explaining to a little girl that he actually shot at her parents in the midst of the war. That's like that's pretty heavy. It's pretty intense.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because s- some of the lyrics were very good, and some were just so simplistic,
mhm.
which is okay. So we are at my number 12. That is "Sweet Talking Woman,"
There we go.
and you had that as your 15, Chris.
Yes. Great
Okay,
song.
Mark. Yes, yes. Mark, you're number 11.
My number 11 is off of the El Dorado album, and it's a song called "Can't Get It Out of My Head."
hmm
Yeah.
That was like the one song from that album that was kind of radio
Um,
friendly.
Yeah.
But the rest
Yeah.
of it, yeah, it was a symphony. It was like a coherent
Yes.
theme
Yes, it was.
concept
Yes, it
album. It's
was.
a little different
Yes, it
from their
was.
others.
Yeah. Yeah. So
It's a good song. It's a very good song.
can't get it out of my head.
it hits me as a typical E.L.O. song, if there's such a thing. Typical of Jeff Lynne's writing.
I would say so.
Okay.
That's my story.
Good tune.
Okay. Oh wait, no.
I think it's my turn for number 11.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. My number 11 is off of On the Third Day. It's also a blues tune, Showdown.
Oh yeah, it's a showdown. Yes, that's a good song. Showdown.
You
Again,
know,
that's on my
Yeah,
list of 30.
song.
she came to me like a friend. She blew in on the southern wind. Now my heart is turned to stone again. There's gonna be a showdown. It's a good song. It's their kind of interpretation of a blues song. So it's I liked it quite a bit.
Okay, so we are at what? My 11.
11.
Um, it is Evil Woman.
Pretty good.
Evil Woman. Yep.
Good times.
Okay, Mark, you're number 10.
Off the New World record, a New World record, Tightrope.
Yes, that's a good song. Oh, Tightrope.
Tightrope. Okay.
That's the first cut off of this one.
What struck you about that song?
I got first looked at it because there's a Leon Russell song called Tightrope that I play sometimes on the piano, and I thought, well, I like that song a lot. I'll see what this Tightrope is like. I don't, and then I remember hearing it from long ago, and I just enjoyed it. Chord changes are nice.
Good.
And there's my friend Serene from Bowling in the chat. Hello, Serene. And you've heard of the band E.L.O, I'm sure, Serene. I'm sure you've heard of them. Okay, so
we're up to my number 10.
Yes, Chris.
Yes, it's all Face the Magic. Face the Music. Sort of telegraph that. A Strange Magic. It's a great song. It makes good use of Jeff Lynne's falsetto and the glissando of the violin and the cello going up and down. It's strange magic. Boom, 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 boom. And I don't know what the hell the song means. It's probably just about
I think.
being intoxicated, But what's your interpretation of the song?
Who, me or Mark?
Mark, Bimbo, either way.
I don't know. Next.
All right. Well, you're number 10 then.
I'll take yours, Chris.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because that made more sense than I could have thought of. My number 10 is one of the kind of songs that E.L.O. was known for was the 10538 Overture.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, that is and that is just classic. That is the very first song on the very first album.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it made my honorable mention list, I believe. But it's a great tune. Yeah, good stuff. Very strong first album by the band.
Oh yeah, yeah. And this is their second album. The one that had like rock and roll. That had like Roll Over Beethoven. And this one only had like 6 songs. No, 5 songs. Just because everything was so long.
Mm-hmm. So we're up to Mark's number 9.
Okay. Remember before we were talking about the time of Roll Over Beethoven? It's 8 minutes and 10 seconds.
Okay. Another long cut.
Yes, Mark. Yeah, that's why there's only 5 on the album.
Hitting Allman Brothers length.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
My number 9 is on the third day record, and it is Showdown.
There we go.
I'm the second person on this
Yes.
list to pick it.
Yeah, it ranks a little higher on your
It was
list. That's good. It's a good bluesy tune.
I
So
like it. It's a nice song. It was a hit. Was it not on the top something or another?
Mark. Okay, because I uh, forgot to write down your number 10. So what was your number 10?
Tightrope on a New World
Tightrope. There we
record.
go. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Because I missed one. Okay. Okay. So, Chris, you're 9.
number 9, and this is a little bit of a guilty pleasure. It's very disco-y, but off of Discovery, Shine a Little Love.
Disco Very. Like I
It's
said.
Shine a Little Love on my life, and let me sing. A great sugary disco pop tune, but they
Yeah.
crafted it so well that they kind
Yeah.
of they went beyond the standard disco fare of its time. Their sound was more lush and full, and they kind of, even though it had the disco beat, it had more elements in it to make it more interesting than the standard disco
Right.
cut.
Right.
So it was
Yeah.
a good song.
Yeah. And so Natasha in the right channel says something. How she loves listening to new music and songs that they haven't heard for a while. See, because I honestly could go without a television. I could not go without music. I could easily go without television.
I've
Yeah,
been
me
without
too.
cable TV since
Yeah,
2008.
yeah, I know that. Oh, well, yeah, but you guys, oh, yeah, but you live,
Yeah,
oh, like cavemen anyway.
same with
Oh,
us.
okay, you guys are like cavemen anyway, so.
I
Well,
like YouTube. I like the internet.
yes,
I,
oh,
Downloading
well,
I,
songs
I
hello,
on it.
stream everything.
Oh yeah.
uh, hello,
And we're old.
Gigi, how are
Anybody
you?
under the age of 30 is gonna like, what the heck are you wasting your time watching cable TV for? It's all free on the web. So
Yeah, okay, so, Chris,
which
you're number
my
9.
number 9 was Shine a Little Love off of Discovery. So we're up
Yeah,
to
that's
your number 9.
a little love. My number 9 was. Oh, this is from this album, which is so very good, but it is almost one of their unknown um, CDs called Time.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of their later ones. My number 9 is a song called From the End of the World.
Oh wow. Deep cut. There
And
we go.
very few people have even heard this CD, which is a shame because um, it's sort of like El Dorado because it's not as conceptual as El Dorado, but it all falls into like the same thing because he's talking about like the future and about how like there's no love and stuff like that.
More experimentation with the Moog synthesizer and
Oh yeah,
sound
yeah,
effects, and so it's kind of
right.
more avant-garde, more of a you know
That's why,
inventive album.
right, and that's why I think it didn't really sell as good as it should have.
Hmm. Maybe too
So,
beyond the standard tastes of the audience. To fewer people
of
could kind of latch onto it. I think
right,
it's a good
right.
album though.
Yeah, because it was probably not what E.L.O. people were expecting.
Right.
Okay, Mark, you're 8.
Off of the Out of the Blue album, Sweet Talking Woman.
All right. There we go.
A
I think we've
delightful
all said that.
track.
All three
Yeah,
of us
we've
have
all.
listed that song so far.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, Chris, you had it at
yep.
15. I had it
Correct.
at 12, and Sweet Talking Woman. Okay, Chris, you're number
Number 9
8.
or number
Oh,
8, yes.
yes, 8. Yeah.
This is going to be off Secret Messages, Rock and Roll's King.
Okay, there
Uh,
we go.
and that's
I
another
knew
song that's
somebody
already
had
been
that.
mentioned.
And you want to see? And you want to see him again? Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
Wow, I'm no worry. Give me a cheeseburger
Yeah.
with
Elvis
fries.
Elvis Gumby.
Uh,
Um, and the next time that I do like a wrestling show, and I'll try to make up a whole little backstory about Elvis Gumby. I'll just have to make something up.
in Georgia, there's the Stone Mountain State Park,
Yes,
and
I know where Stone Mountain is.
they have this cheesy laser show that they beam onto the side of the mountain.
Yeah.
And in the middle of the show, or actually towards the end, one of the songs that's incorporated is Elvis's the trilogy. What do they call it? The
Oh,
something something
um, it's called the
American
American
trilogy.
Trilogy. Right, American
And
Trilogy.
he has, you know, he mixes in
And
Roy
now,
Roy
yeah,
Hallelujah. It's so
and that
cheesy, and
wasn't,
that's the only
yeah.
time I ever hear that song is in Stone Mountain watching the laser show.
And wasn't that supposed to be like a entire figure, and they stopped? I thought Stone Mountain was going to be like the entire figure.
Well, I think the original scope had more people in it, but they settled on having the 4 Confederate generals
Right.
carved into the side of the mountain.
Yeah.
And it's still kind of a controversial thing today. They've
Yeah.
systematically removed any kind of Dixie flags
Yeah.
out of the park. It's they've tried, and the person who's the director of the park now is African American, so they're trying to find ways to kind of remove some of the controversy of the past, and
Yeah. No, you know what?
you know
Just leave it alone. Okay, so Chris Bopak, was he up?
so I
He
wrote some
was cooking stew. Okay. Actually, Bopak, we are on 8. If you wanna, start on with your number 8, we can start you there at 8 if you wanna
yeah,
jump on.
come on up.
Here, and let me put the link in.
So what's your number 8?
Hold on. My stupid mouse isn't working right. It's stuck. Jen, do me a favor because my mouse button is stuck. Can you post a link? Um, my number 8 is the before mentioned Birmingham Blues.
There we go.
Let me see. Maybe try it again. Oh, here it goes. Okay, hold on. Okay, yeah, Bopak. So come on up, and if you want to start with 8, you can do that. Just give him a little time, see if he can make it up.
I understand you're learning the ropes on Restream as well.
Yeah. Because StreamYard, for free, they only allow you 20 hours.
Okay.
And I think it's like $25, which I can definitely afford. I'm just cheap.
Hmm.
Because I gotta buy props for the college. I gotta buy props. Like I said, $15 for Gumby Elvis. Well, the guy wanted 20, but like I said, I knocked him down. And oops, and like the slutty outfit that I was wearing, kind of helped. I think
There you go.
I got to work the crowd. Oh, his head fell off.
Yeah,
He
the streaming
he looks
programs are tricky.
Does
OBS.
Gumpy Elvis do anything else or just look good?
well. His head fell off. Oh, his hair fell off. Yeah, he doesn't do anything. He just okay. Here's Mr. Bopak. Okay, hello there, Mr. Chris Bopak. So yeah, if you want, why don't you go with 8?
All right, let me pull up my list here. I have number 8, telephone line, and my notes about it listening was it's almost like a Lionel Richie song, has some cool noises, and it's smooth sailing.
And that's from a New World Record. That's the second cut on New
Mhm.
World Record.
Yep.
Telephone line. That's good because nobody's mentioned that one yet. Okay, so it's going to be Mark, Chris, me, and then Mr. Bopak. So,
Okay.
Mark, you're number 7. Oh, you there, Mark? Number 7.
From the Face the Music album, Strange Magic.
There
Okay.
we go.
Another of their more popular songs.
Well, yeah, because you still hear
Strange
that on the
Magic.
radio. You still hear that on
Great
the
tune.
radio in a while.
And Bopak came in with telephone line as his number 8. It's my number 7. It's off the New World Record,
Yeah,
and
you do. I
critic
mean,
Bruce.
it's
It's a good song. It's critic Bruce Elder said that telephone line might be the best Lennon McCartney collaboration that never was. Lyrical and soaring in a way that manages to echo elements of Revolver and the Beatles without ever mimicking them.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
That is a weird aspect of E.L.O. that I was noticing.
yeah, some of their songs do sound kind of Beatlesque.
they rip off the Beatles in subtle ways, and sometimes Jess Lynne's voice is a little bit Dylan-esque.
Yeah.
He sneaks it in there, you know. But yeah, he has his influences and he works them in. He's very prolific, so you have to draw from somebody and something. So you know, Beatles, Dylan, others.
Yeah, they
I
do
find
do
their
it in
vocal
a very
arrangements are not
interesting
unlike the
way.
Beatles.
Mm-hmm. They're definitely
Oh,
influenced by the Beatles.
okay. My next one, what are we on? 7, right?
7.
Is Turn to Stone.
Ah, great tune.
Yep,
And
love that one.
that's off of this one here, Out of the Blue.
Hmm.
So that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. And Mr. Bopak, you're number 7.
All right, let me pull up the list. Living Thing was my number 7.
Yes, that's
Hmm.
a good song. Oh, okay, Bopak.
I think
And
we've all had that song so far, right?
yeah, okay. This was my entire list of. I mean, because like I was saying, before you came on, I mean, I could have easily done 20 songs.
Yeah, there's a lot to go through, actually.
I mean, look at the size of
You have a
this
huge
thing.
discography.
Yeah,
There's
I
artists that I would love to
haven't listened
cover,
to
but
them in a
then
long
it's like,
time, so this is actually really nice to revisit.
Yeah, and like I said, that's why I like doing this kind of thing because I entertain myself. I mean, yes, I definitely appreciate everybody who comes on and watches and who interacts. Um, but yeah, I do this because I like to entertain myself.
right. And when you go through an entire discography of an artist or a band, you really gain a new appreciation for them. You find new deep cuts that you totally missed.
Yeah,
Um, so you understand them and appreciate them at a new level.
Yeah,
I
100%
mean,
agree.
yeah, I mean because I have pretty much. Oh, the
Right.
only one, like I said, I'm missing is on the third day, and I know that I have it, but it's just in like the wrong section somewhere. And the next time that I'm doing a show, I'll pull out a band. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Up to number 6.
yes, Mark, you're number 6.
YouTube's pretty friendly when it comes to exploring these albums because you can just call up the album from the band E.L.O, and it'll give you the entire album with its tracks intact,
Oh yeah,
and you
yeah,
can just go by album, and you can listen to what you want, you know.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's exactly right.
Yeah,
I found
it's
so
a real
much
blessing
music
to
on
be able to
YouTube.
plow
It's
through.
kind of amazing.
Yeah. Okay, so Mark, your 6 is what? Hey.
Turn to Stone off the Out of the Blue album.
Okay, turn.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, because I just had that. If you remember, turn to stone. Do 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 do. Okay,
Yes, I do.
Chris. Chris, your 6.
My number 6 is off of New World Record, Do Ya. This
Oh
is a
yes,
great, it's one of their
I love
hard
it.
rock songs, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
pretty straightforward and easy to understand. I mean,
I
He Wants
mean,
to Get Laid. I
I
mean,
yeah.
you want
I
my
mean,
love.
because I've got that a little higher, but yes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Great
and like I
tune.
said, um, these could have easily been in completely different order.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually one of the harder ones, that we've done because some of them, they just fall into place.
Mm-hmm.
These I just had to figure. Okay, now where do I want this one? Where do I want this one?
It's
What
hard
goes
to give the
here?
relative rankings. It's just,
Right, right.
should this be a 6? Should this be an 8? Should this be a
Okay,
12?
and my number 6 is another hard rocking song, "Ma Belle."
Wow, good one.
And what is that? That's from, I think, On the Third Day. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, yes, it is. Let's ask the historian. Ma Belle, is that on the third day? I'm pretty sure it is. Okay, Mr. Bopak, sir, your 6 is.
I see his microphone is muted at the moment, so
Oh,
hopefully
Oh,
he didn't do
sorry.
that by accident.
yeah.
It's okay.
Okay, your 6.
My number 6. Let me pull up the list. Here is the news.
And what album is that from?
What is that from? I'm not sure off the top of my head. Time?
I'll show you. I'll show you. Yes, very good. And yeah, okay, yeah. So Ma Belle was on the third day, and we were talking about time earlier. It and Chris had mentioned that it was sort of avant-garde for ELO because they experimented a lot with like Moog synthesizer and
Right, yeah. I mean, they experimented a lot with their genre stylings. Like, it's like, I never know what genre they're gonna
yeah, I mean, yeah,
attempt next, right?
right, yeah.
Well, and I don't know if everybody else went through the album Xanadu, but
No,
I'm not gonna
no,
spoil my list, but Xanadu
no.
is on it.
Oh, oh, okay, okay. Both of you guys, just for saying that, when the show is over, you've got to go spend like 5 minutes in the corner, and I'm trusting you on your word that you're going to go stand in the corner just for even mentioning Xanadu for 5 minutes.
it has a few good cuts on it.
And
I
The song
you have to spank
Dancing,
yourself too.
the song
okay, yeah,
Dancing is like a 1940s thing. It's
yeah.
kind of cool.
eh, I just
You
hate
have
that
to
whole
spank
thing.
yourself.
And,
I mean, you know that I like disco, so it shouldn't be
yeah,
that surprising.
okay, but the movie itself was so freaking bad.
I never saw the movie. I never will
Oh,
see the movie.
don't, don't,
What's
don't,
it's like
don't, because
it's like the soundtrack to Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction is an awesome soundtrack, but you could, if you haven't seen the movie, don't see it. You know, it's not that good of a film. And there's
okay,
Tarantino
so,
fans that will fight me to the death on that, but
oh yeah,
no, great soundtrack. You know, C minus movie.
My favorite, and this has nothing to do with E.L.O, but my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie is Django Unchained.
I hear it's pretty intense. Yeah.
It's good. It's really good. Okay. Um, okay, so the historian says the band also holds the record for having the most Billboard Hot Top 40 hits with 20. Wow, without a number one. Yeah, the other band like
Yeah,
that
they
was
didn't.
Credence. Clear was Credence. They had like a lot of number twos. Well, that's because the Beatles they were always at number one. Okay, so we are at our final five. Mark, you're five.
Are you there, Mark? I mean, right now we're just seeing your icon, so maybe he's got some
Yeah.
video, some speed
Oh,
issues going.
okay. Okay. No, here. Okay, here he's back.
Okay, good, good.
Sorry
Sorry
about
about
that.
that.
That's all right.
Okay. Oh, no worries. No worries. Okay,
What's
so
your
you're
number
number.
five, Mark?
I got two open.
My
My
number.
number,
Oh, okay, Mark. You've got to take one of them off because they're echoing. Modern technology at its finest.
It is.
Mhm.
Okay, Mark. Yeah. So just do number five. That's fine.
okay.
Okay.
For
For
my number
my
fifth
number
pick,
fifth
it
pick,
should be
it should
off
be off.
now,
No, it's
is
not. You got to turn one of them off. But okay. So what's number five?
Telephone Line
Okay.
Very good.
Yeah, good choice.
off of a New World record. And I'll rectify this situation while
Yeah, we
I'm
got
Yeah.
waiting for the
double
next
Yeah.
one.
mark.
Mark times
Um.
two.
That's a good song. Good.
Okay, because I did not have that listed. Of course, it's on this list, but it's not on my 15 that goes into the College of Rock Knowledge folder.
Hmm.
And look at all the work I do for you people. I hope you appreciate it. Okay, Chris, you're number five.
It's going to be off of Out of the Blue, and this was mentioned earlier. Turn to Stone.
Okay,
It's a hard driving rocker with sharp hits from the cello, darting string lines. When I was a little kid, I heard the song and I thought maybe it's about somebody encountering the Medusa and they're being turned to stone. And then it's like, no, it's not that. They're they're turned to stone because they're sort of immobilized by the love and affection they have for this other person. So,
right.
but no, I thought it was tied into the Greek mythology and the Medusa
Which
being
is
literally
which is
turned to
cool.
stone.
Which is cool. My number five comes from Time, called "Yours Truly 2095."
Oh wow,
Chris, and have you ever heard this album?
I
Oh,
have, and my
to it.
number four is off of Time.
Oh, okay. So then don't see it yet.
Okay,
Okay. Bopak, you're number five.
All right, let me pull up the list here. We got Sweet Talking Woman off of Out
so
of the Blue.
we've all had that
Yeah,
on our list, but you
yeah,
have it
yeah,
highest so far.
yeah. Okay, because Chris had it at 15. I had it at 12. Um, Mark had it at 8, and Sweet Talking Women 5. Okay, Mr. Mark, your number 4, sir, would be
Last Train to London.
good.
Very good.
And okay, and so where did the reference to the flaming lips come from?
Where did that come
You've
from?
lost me there.
Where did it just
Okay,
come
no.
from now? I want to know.
Jennifer brought it
Oh,
up though.
okay. um, Okay, Last Train to London was Mark's number 4. And what CD is that from?
You know, that's the one I don't have listed for some reason. I want to say Out of the Blue, but I probably am incorrect.
I'll tell you in just a second. Um,
Out of the
yeah, you are.
blue.
I thought it was earlier.
I think it's on Discovery.
Or later.
Out of the blue has Turn to Stone, It's Over, Sweet Talking Woman, Across
Yes,
the Border.
yes. Okay, okay. Yes. Oh, yes, Bopak. It's on Disco Very.
Discovery, yeah.
Yes. Well, that's actually what Richard Tandy called the album. Oh, not Discovery. It was Disco Very.
Yeah, they were
They did
flirting
it
Okay.
right.
with disco vibes.
Yeah. Okay. Number 4, Chris.
My number 4 is off the album Time. It's Hold On Tight.
Oh yes.
Great pop
Hold
song.
on tight to you. And you can imagine, Gumby Elvis doing that one, can't you?
Mhm.
If not,
And
you can
this,
show us.
you'd have the subtitles in French even. Couche-toi à ton.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
They,
Yes.
they, they
Yes.
have a French verse in there
Yeah.
too.
Which I've seen a extremely good video about that. It had um, like old dancers like Gene Kelly and it's just a really good video.
Well, Jeff Lynne and the band made money off of, because this song was used in the National Coffee Association's Join the Coffee Achievers television commercials, which ran in 1983 and 1984.
Oh, so they made a mint on that.
Yeah, they made a couple of bucks on the side, but it's just a great
Okay.
pop song. It's
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. My number 4 is Do Ya,
mhm.
and that's already been mentioned because Chris had that at number 6. Um, okay, Bopak, you're number 4.
So on my list, I have placed "Don't Bring Me Down," and I put a note that it would be higher if it wasn't the only E.L.O. song I ever heard on the radio these days.
There's a
Sometimes
radio
a
station here
song
in
can be
Tampa. Yeah.
sometimes a song we punish it simply because it got overexposed on FM radio. The classic example: "Stairway to Heaven," "Free Bird." In and of themselves, great songs, but if you've heard them the 87th billionth time, you're like,
I think it's a fantastic song, but yeah,
Oh, it
it
is.
gets a
Yeah.
couple demerit points for overexposure, as
yeah.
you say.
Yeah. That's actually very true. Okay. We are to the final 3 of the countdown. Mark,
Here
yours
we
number
go.
3.
Off of the New World album record, a New World record it's called, Living Thing.
Yep, that's good. That's a good song. Okay,
I
because
can't.
yeah, okay, because Bopak had a living thing too. So
Yeah, that was
And
my number 7.
that
yes.
leads perfectly into mine because I also have "Living Thing" off New World Record as my number 3. It's got that cool mock Spanish orchestral intro, and it's got that hard driving riff from the string section, falsetto from
I
Jeff
yeah,
Lynne. Awesome song.
I don't have that in my 15, but like I said,
One
it's
of your
on
honorable mentions.
yeah, I've got 15 and I've got 20 honorable mentions. And I'm not going to go through them at the end. No, trust me.
Okay.
I'm not going to give you 20 more songs. Um,
Yeah, Mark and I
my num-
guess, definitely placed that higher. But what's your number
my
3?
number 3 comes from a New World record, a song called Rock Area.
Wow. That's one of my honorable mentions, but Rock Aria is definitely an interesting cut. Who knew you could incorporate, operatic singing in a rock song?
Right.
I mean,
I love that. I love that. Oh, yeah, because I remember um, when I heard this in like high school, and I just was so amazed at like how, just like you said, you can have like a aria be a rock song, and that's pretty much what it is. Okay, so Bopak, you're number 3.
All right, let's look here. For number 3, I have Concerto for a Rainy Day, and
Yes, that's
my
from Out of the Blue.
yeah, my comment for it was long and epic.
Yes.
Good
Okay,
deep
yeah,
cut.
because that's got like Mr. Blue Sky and all that stuff here. Yeah. Because I think on the album, or maybe it's I think it's on the LP where it's listed all as like one track, and then it has like the 4, like sub,
Oh
sub
yeah,
to
I
it.
listened to it as like a 17-minute long song, and I'm a
Right,
fan
exactly.
of
Yeah.
that kind of format song.
Yes. Oh, yes, exactly. Uh, Very good choice, and nobody's mentioned that. And now it's not my turn yet for number 2. Nobody has mentioned this, and I don't think anybody will. But once I say it, you'll say, "Oh my God, I can't believe I didn't think of that." Okay, Mark, you're number 2.
Is off the Face the Music album, Evil Woman.
Okay.
I played in a band and we played this song. It's got that great piano intro.
Yeah.
You made a fool out of me.
Okay. Yeah, because I heard that, and Chris, and you didn't have that.
No, because Mark and I are on the same wavelength yet again, because
Here
that
we
was my
go.
number 2. It's an awesome song. The song was written in 30 minutes. It was an album filler. It was just a throw in to fill up the album. But it's a great tune. And also, Mark will remember, there's the lyric, "There's a hole in my head where the rain comes in." And that reference is a tribute to the Beatles song "Fixing a Hole."
Yes.
So he was desperate to come up with a song. He snagged a lyric here or there, just threw it together, but he created an immortal pop classic.
It's how the
Yes.
hits are made, man.
And
Yes, exactly.
a lot of great songs, they come in a quick, sudden flash of insight. They write it down, they record it fast, and the rest becomes history. I mean, and
Yeah. Happens over and over again. You hear that same story about bands writing lyrics that just come together in a couple of minutes on the back of a pizza box.
right, or
Yeah.
back of an envelope. They had an insight, they wrote it down, they recorded it quick, and there's wet paint on it, but it still sounds great. And it wasn't overworked. So I think a lot of songs are worked to death, and they kind of lose a little bit of that initial spark.
You're exactly right about that. There's like a particular kind of sound that you can hear in certain songs, like the overproduced sound, you know? Like they went back and edited it like one too many times. And, like it's not raw anymore.
Right, and
Right.
and nowadays with auto tune and the production abilities of the computer, they can just suck the life out of a song because it's just too regimented. There's no variation in the tempo, and they suck the soul out of the song by stylizing it and correcting every
Yeah.
mistake of the song. So,
I like
Yes.
you saying "suck the soul out of it" because I think that's basically what happens.
Right.
that's what we have now.
It's true. It's true.
Unfortunately.
It's true. My number 2 is called "Illusion in G Minor."
Oh wow. Which album was that off of?
I think it's off Face the Music because I was looking. No, it's from On a Third Day because I don't have because I was looking to see what album that's from, and it's got to be On the Third Day. Let's get the historian. but it's cool. And what is so good is like it's very classical, very concerto, and then he just breaks out with like these incredible lyrics, and you're not expecting to hear lyrics like, you know, so rock and roll on a song of that ilk.
I'll have to comb through
Illusion
that
in
album
G
again.
minor, huh?
I'll have to re-listen to on the third day, because that one scooted by me. I didn't really notice it. Of course, when I listen through the albums, I'm driving to or from work, so
Yeah, and hopefully your mind is on, you know, like the SUV in front of you,
oh
not
yes.
okay. Now what number is this?
No, I just
Okay,
write down a quick note as I go.
okay. Mark, you're number two.
You mean Chris?
I gave
Oh,
I
yeah,
gave my
no,
number
no,
two,
yeah,
and Mark gave his
no,
number two. It's your number two,
um,
right? Or is it?
no,
Or
that
is it
was Illusion
Bopop's
in
number
G
one?
minor.
Is
It's
it my
Bopot's
turn?
number two.
Oh,
Yes, you're number
You're
two,
gonna love
Bopot.
this one. My number 2 is Xanadu.
Uh,
Xanadu.
uh,
I I like that wasn't
It's
one of my
such a
favorite cuts on that album, but it's
weird fucking song, but the main reason is that anytime there's a song about Xanadu, I just kind of like it.
well, Rush, one of their greatest songs ever was Xanadu, and it was based on the Coleridge poem.
This is what
And
I'm talking about.
Rick Beato did an excellent cover. Jen forwarded that link
Kubla
to me,
Khan.
and oh yeah, it's about that poem. And but yeah, that aspect of it kind of gets lost in the disco interpretation of Olivia Newton-John singing.
I just
But
like it's like a very strange song, and so
right.
it went high on the list. But yeah, I didn't really do too much editing of the hierarchy of this list.
I don't know. The album's probably better than its reputation. It has a couple of moments. And I like, there's Dancing and there's one other song that has a 1940s influence. That's really interesting to me. Jeff Lynne really stretched himself interpreting music from that era. Because it's like swing jazz. That's not, I mean, his areas were like classical music and rock and roll of the 50s and beyond. So he kind of stretched himself to kind of delve into that particular era. So
yeah, I mean, because the only thing that I can think of when I hear that song is John Milton's Paradise Lost. That's the only thing I can think of in Xanadu.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I like it.
Okay, so we are at the final song of the evening. Everybody's number one. Mark Kropka, your number one, sir, would be.
Off of the Eye of the Blue album, Mr. Blue Sky.
No, nobody
wow.
said that song yet.
I
Actually, that was on Concerto for a Rainy Day. So
sorry.
Well, how did that song reach number one for you, Mark? I'm curious.
I like the intricacies of it. It's just not a simple chorus verse song. It's got some interesting writing to it that blows a few different themes, melodies. I think that that song wasn't written in 30 minutes, that's for sure. It seems,
yeah, that's true.
and the I like the vocals a lot too. All around, I think it's another typical E.L.O. song, whereas it's got all the components that make one.
Wow, outstanding. To come back through
Okay,
and listen to that again.
your number one.
Well, my number one, a song I did not punish for radio overexposure off of Discovery, "Don't Bring Me Down."
Uh,
Um,
It's a good
oh, hello,
song.
Mr. Coach.
Don't
Hello.
Bring Me Down. I mean,
I
it's just
felt bad about de-ranking it.
it's a fun it's just a catchy song. You just experience it. I don't even analyze it. It's just in the whole Bruce thing. It started off as a German word, but there's different legends about what the word Bruce means. One legend is that, oh, well, that's really a reference to how many people from Australia are named Bruce. And then
What would that have to do with anything?
I think he was working with a producer that was Australian at the
Yeah,
time.
I'm a little confused.
It's kind of a deep.
What's
I'll
what is
defer to
it about
the
Bruce?
Wikipedia article on that, but and I thought, and when I was a kid, I thought it was he referring to Bruce Springsteen? That didn't make any sense. But
I mean,
one
because,
tidbit
yeah.
one tidbit I like is the song was dedicated to the NASA Skylab space program space station, which re-entered the Earth's atmosphere and burned up over the Indian Ocean in Western Australia on the 11th of July, 1979. So "Don't Bring Me Down" was dedicated to the
Oh,
bringing down
wow,
of
okay.
Skylab.
Ah, that's cool. I mean, for the longest time, I thought that he was saying grouse. And I'm saying, what the hell is a grouse? What's it, a bird or a fish?
Yeah,
What's a
I thought it was
grouse?
whoosh.
See?
I thought he does say Bruce with a G. It is Bruce with a B.
Well, he started singing it as Bruce with a B because so many people misinterpret it that way. But I think it was like a German word.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's funny. It's spelled. You look at it as an English speaker, gross. No, Bruce, and then it became
With
Bruce, and then
the vice versa kind of.
Huh.
but it's
Oh,
it's a well crafted pop song. It just really connects with me. That's why.
I mean, it's a
okay.
great song.
So all
My
right,
number
Ken,
one
you're number one.
is Chris's number 15 is my number one. Rolled Over Beethoven.
Great song. What drew you to that song as your number one?
That's your
Um,
number one.
yes. Yeah. Why? What's the matter? What, you don't like the choice?
No,
Don't
No, I
say
like the choice. I'm
didn't
just
even
I'm
realize that.
interested in the hierarchy.
um, um, I liked it because I remember hearing the Beatles sing that, and
Mhm.
then Jeff Lynne came in with doing it orchestral, but he still had that like Beatlesque influence in it with the orchestra, and that's what drew me actually to E.L.O. in the very beginning. That
Mhm.
whole that whole like mashup between like rock and roll and um, like a concerto.
Good.
So that's my number one, and I'm
That makes
sticking to
sense.
it.
There you go.
Okay, so the final contestant on tonight's program is Mr. Bopak. Thank you for coming in, even though you were late. You still performed marvelously. Your number one, sir, would be.
My number one pick was "Turn to Stone" because I heard that song and I just wanted to like listen to it immediately again. And I just think that I don't know, it's just like a banger. It's a great
It
song.
is. Oh yeah, yeah, because we all had that.
Yeah, yeah, I heard everyone like mentioning it, but that legitimately was my number one.
Yeah.
It's punchy, and I think it may have the best incorporation of the cello and the violin of any of the ELL songs into a song.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
you
Now,
just
yeah.
I mean, you can hear the glissando going up and down, and it's it's super precise. It's amazing.
And, and now that's the only song that all four of us have.
Oh
Turn to
wow.
Stone.
Yeah.
Turn
I
the
mean,
stone.
yeah,
Oh
the,
yeah.
the, the library is so vast. It was kind of like I just started listening to random songs and I was like, oh yeah, that's right, this is an ELO song. You know,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I
Um.
didn't like remember that was oh, and yeah, Jennifer, that's what I was talking about. That
Bruce.
character.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Because here is my initial list of just, and was just writing down, writing down, writing down. I says, I gotta find out what albums these are from. So,
Well,
uh,
misheard lyrics have a way of, kind of trademarking a song. I mean, Earth, Wind, and Fire's September, that's like, Body September to Remember. Body was like a placeholder the lyricist of the song was trying to go back and forth with the band. Like, well, what lyric do you really want here? Like, no, that's good. We're going to keep it. Badia does not mean anything, but it worked in the song and they kept it. So
Well, that's like because Steve Miller did that famously in one song too. He just made up a word.
It's like scatting.
no,
Yeah. Oh, but he did just make up a word.
Pumpetus.
Something of love. Yeah, the
Pumpetus
pumpetus.
of love. What the hell
Yeah,
does pumpetus mean? It doesn't mean anything. It's just,
no, he
Yeah,
just made it
exactly.
up.
And it's kind of a funny coincidence that some of the best lyrics don't mean anything at all.
Yeah, and like everybody tries to get so like brainiac with it. You know what? It doesn't mean anything. Stop overthinking things.
yeah, I just feel it. Was it Gene Simmons said that rock and roll is admitted from the crotch, not the cranium. So
Well, that's true, especially Gene Simmons. Yeah.
yeah.
That's a good
Yeah, it
quote.
sounds
I
like
like
something
that
you
one.
would say.
But,
Okay, so that's gonna wrap up the show. Any suggestions on a College of Rock Knowledge show in 2 weeks? Anybody have any idea? Anybody in the right chats? If anybody's still there, some suggestions on a future show in 2 weeks. And if I don't like it, we ain't doing it. So don't say Queen, don't say Journey, don't say Green Day.
Don't say the Who.
No, don't say the Who.
Linda Ronstadt.
Have you done a Stones one yet?
We did a long time ago. On
see,
my old channel.
I could rehash my old notes from that show. But
Yeah, yeah,
Jethro
yeah.
Tull?
Yes, we did a
Jethro
tall.
Tull.
Oh, you did Tull. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay, because this was on my old channel. Before I deleted it.
Oh, okay.
Uriah Heep.
Yeah.
That's a deep cut band. They've had a couple of
I-
good songs, but I've never plowed through their discography. So
I
that's
don't-
an option.
I don't think that there's enough people that really know Uriah Heep songs off the top of their head.
Well, yeah.
Well,
Do some research though.
yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm going to regret this, but Velvet Underground / Lou Reed, that's a hell of
Yeah.
a lot of albums. But
Yeah.
I mean, I think
Procol Harum would be a good
Procol
one.
Harum. Did we do Procol? No.
No.
David
I mean,
Bowie?
because no, we have
Bowie's
not
a
done
legend.
Bowie.
That's
You know what? You know what? You know what? I think Mark nailed it. 2 weeks we'll do.
David Bowie.
Okay, we're not gonna do albums just because he has so many albums, and I have nowhere close to having all of them.
How many songs? Top
Oh
10,
my
top
God.
15?
What do you think? Yeah, Bopak, what do you think? Oh, how many David Bowie songs?
I
12,
mean-
15?
Ah, Jesus. Maybe top 10.
No, 12.
13, 12?
Bowie would
12.
be an easy one to do, though. For
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Well, he had a lot of smash hits, but he's got some great deep cuts that people haven't heard.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, my
I-
God.
So
Yeah.
that would be, I kind of know what my 1 or 2 is going to be already.
Oh, I know exactly what my number one is.
Yeah,
Already.
I think I have the half of my list already.
Already, yeah, exactly. Okay, because Natasha in the right side says, "Ooh, David Bowie." I'll tell you what. In 2 weeks, okay, so we'll do 12, right?
12,
Okay.
12 Bowie. 12
Okay,
Bowie songs.
Okay,
Very good.
Natasha. So, come up with 12 Bowie songs. And like I said, they really don't have to be in any specific order, but you want to save your favorite ones for like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just rank them up. Come up with 12, and when we do it, come on the panel. We'll be more than happy to have you.
You guys want to hear an interesting David Bowie song? It was
Yes.
off of his oh, off the Aladdin Sane album, and
Oh, that's fantastic.
he
Yeah,
does
I
a
love
cover. Listen to this. He does a cover of "Let's Spend the Night Together."
Yes. Oh yeah.
Have you heard that?
Oh yes. Oh yeah. I've got Aladdin saying yeah.
I don't know if I've heard that.
It's got that piano beginning where
Yeah.
he just
Yeah.
sort of goes to town on the piano, and then it's
Yeah.
a piano song right through. But I thought that song is just great.
I'll have
His
to
cover of
re-listen
it.
to that one,
I
but
think
I
I got
know
it.
I've heard that album and I like that one a lot. It's definitely one of the more like I don't know quirky albums, I guess I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he also did a album called Pinups, which is nothing
Yeah,
but covers.
yeah, that's right. He does a cover of that song "Sorrow." Did you hear that?
I've got the album. I would have to listen to it again, but yeah, because I don't want to tell you what my number one is because, like Bopak said, he probably has half of his list made up now. I mean, because I could come up with 12 songs right now off the top of my head. Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah,
Well,
me
this will be
too.
a good exercise for me. I've got two or three songs that I know are keepers, but the rest I want to kind of plot, just go through the discography and kind of listen to something. I'll probably go, oh yeah, I remember that one. Oh, this was a great song. That was a great song. That was a
Yeah,
great song.
yeah,
You know,
and and a lot of people. Let's see how smart people are. What is David Bowie's real name or was?
David, do you want me to say it?
Yeah.
Davy Jones.
Yes. Yep. Yep. Very good.
He changed it
Very good.
because supposedly because of the guy from the Monkees, the singer from the
Right.
Monkees.
yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yep. 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 I
And
mean,
he had
because
that interesting thing about David Bowie to me is he had that one pupil that was always dilated. That was an
yeah.
Yeah.
injury in a fight. He got injured, and that pupil was forever dilated relative to the other one. So
That's
Okay.
right. Yeah.
So the historian says that David Bowie has 26 albums.
wow,
Okay.
Whoa.
he was
Um,
on to a
I've
lot of
got
albums.
I've got 7 albums. That's it. 7. And one of them,
Yeah.
doesn't count because one of them is live, so that
Is,
doesn't count.
is that David live from the Philadelphia Tower?
Yeah, yes,
What a great album that is.
yeah, yeah,
Thank goodness for YouTube. We can just queue up each album as a separate,
yeah,
tab and just play. I can get through 2 to 3 albums a day on a commuting day.
yeah.
Um, that
And
way.
then like he had some of his later albums that really didn't sell, weren't popular, but were fantastic. Okay, one called Heathen. If you ever listen to Heathen, that is such a good album, but it's hardly known by anybody outside of like David Bowie fans.
What was the name of the album?
Well, okay, well, what you are, a heathen.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
One of
So that
his
should be easy for you to remember.
one of his songs, he actually a little in the latter part of his career, he experimented with the Amen break. And I don't know which song that is, but that's a famous drum break that got turned into entire genres of music. Uh, but he did a lot of experiments. I mean,
Oh
musically.
yeah. I mean, just look at things. Oh, like Honky Dory and the Man Who Sold the World, and they were avant-garde for their time.
And on the other extreme end of that, he did a duet with Perry Como.
Yes. Oh, okay. Remember when we did that Christmas show, like the worst Christmas songs? Oh, the
Or
or
Little
was it?
Drummer Boy.
Yes.
Yes, he did Little Drummer Boy.
Bad
I'll
Oh,
forgive
Christmas
him for
songs
that.
are
Just,
like a particular genre of interest to me. I like playing them at the holiday gatherings. and seeing the looks of exasperation on people's faces.
Right.
Well, I think we covered this on our Christmas show. Christmas music wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't the same damn 10 songs over and over and over. And it's a cash grab by a lot of bands, and there's just a lot of really insipid Christmas music.
I mean, because Twisted Sister did a Twisted Christmas, which I play every Christmas, and they're just doing, like "Oh Come All Ye Faithful." Well, sounded like Twisted Sister doing "Oh Come All Ye Faithful." So imagine, it's not a real stretch of the imagination there.
Good King Wenceslas.
Yeah, yeah, right. Okay, yeah. And so get Dee Snider to sing that. See what happens.
I actually, do they know it's Christmas?
I hate that song.
Band-Aid
Oh,
song.
oh,
That
oh,
is like the cheesiest fucking
oh,
song.
God.
Oh my god.
Yes, it is.
Nothing like taking a terrible song and then having it as a collaboration with 30 artists and making it a song that's a benefit song for a cause.
Yeah, and it's like
Yeah.
they're good artists, but
Oh,
Yeah.
like, it's
Good
so
artist doing a
bizarre.
terrible thing.
It's so bizarre.
Okay, and do you remember who was like the leader of that whole dog and pony show? Right?
Bono?
Oh no, it was Bob Geldof
Oh,
from the Boomtown Rats. Yeah, yeah. What a dog and pony show that whole thing was. Good Lord. Okay, guys. Well, we are coming up to an hour and a half. I want to thank everybody who participated in the right chat. I appreciate you coming to take your time and leaving your messages. Hope you enjoyed the show, because I know that's me and my cohorts. We enjoy talking about music and covering this stuff for you because I just want to try to do something on YouTube that's, that most people don't do. And sometimes I succeed, sometimes I suck.
practice makes perfect.
And look what Jennifer says. Bimbo is notorious for changing requirements. Yeah. I mean, because I'm notorious for that. So that's just something that you got to deal with. See, and Bopak. Okay, whenever we do a official College of Knowledge show, like this is a official one, they're at 8 o'clock. Unless I got to start later, and then I usually announce it's like a week before or when I know. So.
I got the time wrong. Also, I was cooking.
Well, you were making what? You were making what? Oh, what, like goat's head soup or
Like
something? How you said?
It's kind of like a chili, but it was mostly onions and cabbage and that kind of thing.
Oh,
Some
okay.
beans
Cabbage?
in there.
Okay, so there was no goat head that were floating in the big pot. The goat's head
No,
soup.
no, there was no
Oh.
goat head.
Speaking of goat head,
It's all a little cloud. Yeah.
I'm gonna make a
All right.
soup one day and call it Bopak soup.
There you go.
okay, well, make sure that you put, some rabbit in it.
Make sure you cook it long enough.
It'll have
Better-
various roadkill in it.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's got to be a rabbit. It's got to be a rabbit and not a jackalope. So make sure that you get the right animal.
Of course.
There you
Okay,
go.
guys. Wraps it up, an hour and a half. Thank you,
Thank
Jen,
you.
Tommy, Chris, Mr. Mark Kropka, and Mr. Chris Bopak. Thank you, everybody, for coming up. I
night.
don't know what I don't know what I'm doing next Saturday. I haven't figured it out yet. You know what I was thinking of? Because maybe not do a music show. I would like to do something about like H.P. Lovecraft. if you're familiar with his works.
Haven't read any of his works.
Uh,
Know the
you
name.
should spend your next week reading every H.P. Lovecraft short story you can get your hands on because it's awesome.
Okay, so Misfit the cat was sitting on my binder, and she fell off. The whole binder went all over the floor. Cat went on the floor. You retard.
I think
Totally acting like
it would be better to just like pick one or two favorite like H.P. Lovecraft stories and just kind of like explain, summarize, and like talk about why you like it or something like that.
We can do that if next Saturday you want to come up, because I will do a Lovecraft show.
I love H.P. Lovecraft.
Oh my God, yes, yes, and uh, I've got so many books of his. Okay, cool. Yeah, all right. So let me put together something um, for H.P. Lovecraft, and okay, anything that's not like music usually starts at 9, but I could change it to 8. So who knows? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I've got this dopey cat here, and who's using walk back and forth. That's because Misfit saw the rabbit on there and was wondering who the hell is that. So, okay, guys. Good night. Thank you, everybody. We will chat with you coming up. Miss Jennifer, hope you feel better.
Feel better, Jennifer.
Thank you for participating as the school historian.
Yeah.
So,
get her all healed up.
yes. Okay, guys. Thanks again, everybody. Good night.
Right,
Okay, thank you. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Bobak.
Good night, Bopak. Thank you.
Thanks, Bimbo. Have a nice evening.
Yep, you too, Mark. All right. Bye.
Bye.